Okay, am I live? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so yeah, the latest coffee soda is up, and I just realized that you need a triple shot of espresso to keep you going. One of the things I want to reiterate about what I said this morning about 1 John and the rest of the New Testament when we talk about the mystery of God and the Gentiles. Again and again and again. It was not a mystery that the nations would be long and be incorporated into the covenant people of God. That was not a mystery. That did not take the first century by surprise at all. The issue with the Gentiles is they had no access to God's presence. Israel was the mediating nation for the life of the world in the ancient Near East. God chose Israel out of all of the nations to be his inheritance. This is the beginning of Deuteronomy 32, okay? Deuteronomy 32:8. God chose Israel to be his heritage, his inheritance, and his kingdom of priests, who then, did you hear all those Harleys going by as I'm driving? Who then mediate his presence to the world, because God's presence is only accessible in the tabernacle. And not only are the Gentiles kept at a distance, the farthest, this is Ephesians chapter 2, Ephesians chapter 3, not only are the Gentiles kept at a distance, but even the Jews are kept at a distance because they can't go into the Holy of Holies. Okay? And only the high priest can do that once a year. It's all about access. It's all about access to the presence of God, of which the temple was a type, and we still anticipate that reality in the next life. The incarnation of Christ accomplishes what humanity cannot in and of itself because of its weakness. The incarnation gives and grants and provides the access to the very throne of God in heaven. All right? And we are still longing for that fulfillment. Now, going back to the fellowship aspect, that is, again, one of the aspects that I want to bring to your mind in terms of what John is doing in the very first few verses. He says, we have fellowship with God. We have fellowship with God. Just like Jesus said to the Samaritan woman, salvation is of the Jews. We know what we're talking about. You Samaritans set up a false location of worship. Salvation is from the Jews. Now, in the New Testament, the Jews are the Samaritans and the Christians are the Jews. The Christians have access. The Christians are the ones who are declaring salvation. The Jews who refuse to move into the kingdom do not have fellowship with God. So once again, the fellowship aspect that John is pleading for his audience to hear his heart, we want you to be reconciled to God. You are walking in darkness. We want you to walk in the light as we are in the light because we have fellowship with God. And those who have fellowship with God and walk in the light have their sins forgiven. And the Jews in the first century who refused to go into the kingdom and move into the realm of the Spirit where there is forgiveness, they deny they have sin. They deny they have need for the atoning and propitiating blood of Christ. All right? There's your triple shot of espresso. Woo!